In last video we have seen what is ambiguity and the types of ambiguity, that is language ambiguity and grammar ambiguity. Among the two we have discussed about the grammar ambiguity. Today we will discuss about language ambiguity. Before going to know the language ambiguity, we need to know one thing, that to derive a language we can have many grammars. Like there exist number of grammars to derive a language L. Let me give an example. Let the language is A. We can derive this language with the help of S implies A and A implies A. S implies A implies B, B implies A, S implies A, like so on. We can have many grammars to derive a language. So we have discussed that when to call whether a whether a grammar is ambiguous or not in the previous video. If you not watched it, please do watch the previous video, grammar ambiguity. So to say that whether the language is ambiguous or not, there are two conditions which we need to know. One is a language can have many grammars. The second one is if all the grammars of a language are ambiguous, then only the language is said to be ambiguous. In converse to this point, there is one more point, that if for a language there exists at least one unambiguous grammar, then the language is said to be unambiguous. Try to understand the simple thing. A language can have many grammars. A language is said to be ambiguous if all the given grammars or the grammars possible for a language are ambiguous. That means every possible grammar must be ambiguous, then only the language is said to be ambiguous. If there is exist at least one grammar which is unambiguous among all ambiguous grammars, then the language is to be unambiguous. To set a language to be as unambiguous, there should be at least one unambiguous grammar. To say that the language is ambiguous, all the grammars available to that language should be ambiguous. It is simple, right? So when a language is ambiguous, we can call that language as inherently ambiguous language. If all the given grammars to a language are ambiguous, then the language is said to be ambiguous grammar. If a language is ambiguous, then we call that language as inherently ambiguous language, which means that we cannot remove ambiguity from that language, as the language itself contains the ambiguous. I hope you all understood. Thank you. If there is any doubts, please comment in the comment section.